So is this where you're
That
going to talk about your experience going to the WalMarts?
yeah, what
No,
was that about? What's
there was. I wanted to talk about it on the regular show, but we never got there.
I kind of forgot about it until just now because you were talking about you're going to open something.
That's okay. Like I said, you were clearly excited about tonight's topics. Run with it.
Yeah, I went to one Walmart and they had absolutely nothing. Not a single Magic the Gathering product was available on the shelf. I assumed that would be the case, but you know, I wasn't gonna go hunting. Like once I saw one was gone, I was like, I'm good.
It looks like they didn't even have the tags up, so it looks like they've removed Magic from most of the stores. And when I talked to the one employee, they said that they're always empty, that whole shelf. So
yeah,
looks like they're dipping out of the TCG space. And not only that, it used to be a whole long shelf. No, it's just a little tiny bit, and it's all sports cards.
Oh,
yep, that's what I saw as well. There's Pokemon. I've seen Pokemon there. No,
there was no
Pokemon.
Pokemon available,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
but they were empty Pokemon. There was some Yu-Gi-Oh, even one piece at one. It was very smattering. It's not clearly not a concerted effort. Looks like they're trying to get out of the game.
Well, I think what's happening is people are just like literally grabbing the entire there's no limitations, there's no restrictions. People are just like if I saw any collector box at 20 or any collector box at $25 a piece, I would grab the entire box.
But it wasn't just sure. But what I'm saying is they didn't even have the overpriced stuff there. That's not a good deal. That's I'm not going to bother opening this tonight, but that's what I got here just to see what's in it. I'll just open it on my own and go back up. And it was overpriced, $25 for 3 play packs. That's not a good deal.
Yeah, that's not great.
yeah,
So,
I think that's
the only Magic I saw in any of the 5 stores that I went to. And that when I expected there to be because it was down in Medina. So Joey Moss hadn't drained. But why would you be buying Magic product? The other Magic products that are there generally overpriced. Like, why would you buy them?
Yeah, I've scanned a couple of the they've had like commander decks there, and the majority of the time they're just like much higher than TCG player.
All right.
So it's not a good deal.
Yeah.
So it just looks like they're getting out. There used to be, overpriced crap sitting on the shelf. I didn't even see any of the tags on 4 of the 5 Walmarts. There was no tag for any Magic product at all.
I wonder if the employees are like just holding on to it and like selling it, like scalping it basically.
The shelf space has just been cut down to less than my desk size down here. When it used to be, 20, 30 feet long.
Now the one near me was in the entire aisle. Well, it's about half the aisle.
I went to the one near you.
Yeah, it's like half that whole section is just like cards. Some of it's sports cards, some of it's Yu-Gi-Oh.
It was on average, I would say about an 8 to 10 foot section. That's it.
Yeah, mine's normally full length, probably a solid 15 feet long or whatever. Usually composition wise, it is like half baseball cards and hockey cards and shit, and that is always stocked to the
I was gonna say that's it just sits on the shelf.
They cannot get rid of it, but they continue like having it as shelf space. But the other stuff it's always been a mix of like Yu-Gi-Oh tins and Pokemon cards, and that's honestly the only place where I would ever really buy Lorcana was at Walmart, because it was the only place within like 45 minutes that would sell it. But I
haven't seen Lorcana on the shelves in months, or maybe even longer than that. There was that one time where I asked Bob if he wanted me to buy the packs, and I got them for him. That was when it was pretty hot. Since then, I've seen it like maybe once.
What up, for
fan thing? I think it's a supply chain thing.
Yeah,
and it's unfortunate. It needs to be on shelves like that. That's a game that needs to be in big box stores on shelves, readily available. Whatever, it is what it is. But it just felt very much like this is a change in all the Walmarts to get down to almost no product. And I don't think it's just that people are that voracious, because they didn't have the shelf space, they didn't have the shelf tags. Not even the empty display box.
That's definitely a big giveaway, is the tags. I mean, that takes concerted effort to actually go in and remove some of your stocking stuff. So normally they just leave empty shelves with their old
There was a bunch
labels
of
on
empty
it.
Pokemon tags.
Yeah.
I
But
wonder if
no magic,
they.
no work on
I
nothing.
wonder if Wizard of the Coast is limiting the store's availability of cards because they do it on Amazon now.
I don't know. All I'm saying is it was something noticeable.
Yeah.
Thought it was worthy of bringing up. That looks like something's happening with Walmart and getting out of the TCG game. I know it's a high loss. I know it's a high loss item for them.
That's definitely something I had in the back of my mind is, as much as I love bacon, I definitely, don't steal it. I definitely don't steal Magic cards by any stretch. I'm a freaking adult at this point. But kids don't think about, stealing bacon. They think about stealing Magic the Gathering cards.
Well, and the way I look at it is it's like those food deserts that the lower income folks are creating in their lower income areas where they feel that Walmart has to stay open because that's their only access to food, though they've stolen so much from them that Walmart says these stores are not profitable. We're not going to keep running at a loss here just so you can have stuff to keep stealing. We don't have to give you access to food. We don't have to give you access to medicines. I mean, Walgreens, Walmart,
CVS,
they're all
absolutely
saying, nope, we're getting out of these high loss areas. And if you take that as a microcosm and scale it down to just Walmart itself, I feel like they're probably getting out of the TCG space because it's just you invite the wrong kind of crowd when you stock, and they push people over and they behave like idiots. So you don't want those people in your stores. They create a disruption. Additionally, the ones that don't do that, they steal the shit or they return it as some sort of scam. And Walmart doesn't have the expertise to deal with what they think is sealed product back. And indeed, the person is resealed. And they got a bunch of G.I. Joe cards. So basically, they've stolen from Walmart yet again. And Walmart just is one of those stores appealing to the lower end of the economic ladder that invites the type of crowd that is more likely to return items that are stolen, broken, blah, blah, blah. So it's, I don't know how much longer they were planning on carrying it. At least you have some sort of security inside of an LGS. You have some sort of control over that at Amazon. At Walmart, it's a wild, wild west, baby, and they'll keep stealing them as long as you keep stocking the shelves.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they don't have it behind a locked case. They have spray paint behind locked cases. Why wouldn't they have it like stuff like that?
Target does. Target, that was the first clue. They put all their TCG stuff, other than like single packs, in a plastic lock case. In the back of the store. It's not at the end of a register where you can just whoop.
Yeah. Mine did some like restructuring over the last couple of years. And when Walmart stopped selling cigarettes and like nicotine products, that area, because it was like two clerks worked there, they had like 2 cash registers and all the stuff on the shelves behind them. They just moved all the trading card products to that. And it stayed that way for a little while, but then they just made one of those aisles where all the stuff was on the left, and then there was like a self-checkout down at the back. So it was definitely, rife with theft, without a doubt. And, to your point, I mean, it's going to be a high loss item. Then there's a lack of margin, and they're not going to sell it. I mean, it doesn't make sense for a store to keep something around that they don't make money on. If they can replace that with, if they can replace, those aisles with just self-checkout, so more people can get in and out of the store. Well,
yeah, it's interesting. I don't see cigarettes being sold at Walmart anymore either.
They stopped getting rid of the self-checkout as well. It's also a lot of theft. People like misringing up the items or not ringing up items at all.
Yep. Yeah, like Dollar Generals, they don't do the self-checkouts anymore. They still have them in the stores, but you can't use them. So it's just wasted money there. Like you said, just too much theft.
Well,
Yeah,
I
just
think
after-
beyond the theft, you always see the bad behavior videos around that part of the store. No other part of the store do you see people behaving like baboons, clawing and screaming at each other just to get product in their cart. And it's like,
you stay the fuck away from IKEA hot dogs, Bob. I need these.
right? I mean,
I
you know
need
what I'm
all
saying?
of- yeah.
Can you imagine if it was like that in the dairy aisle?
Yeah. Oh my god,
My eggs.
Yeah.
But and I think that's I'm interjecting Bob thoughts in there. But if they get rid of that element, is the product worth it to sell? Does it draw enough people into the store? Does it have high enough profit margin for them to put up with the shenanigans around it? And the answer is probably no.
Right. And from my understanding of how that item is delivered to the store is not through the normal
Distribution channel.
If Walmart gets produce, it comes through like Cisco, the big old fucking tractor trailer trucks,
Sure.
same as like everything else. But I think that those items were stocked by the distributor themselves. Like when
absolutely.
Lay's comes in. So, I mean, that's just another control they don't have over their own stock, their own inventory. So
I'm sure
it
gives them too much headache, probably even, and you don't even look at it like from the respective returns, right? And then you're expecting all the people that handle returns to have to identify this product's been tampered with, right? I'm sure they have to stop what they're doing, go get somebody that knows cards if they've already been scammed before. If they haven't been scammed before, well, welcome to getting scammed now. And then you got to hope that that person isn't just some newbie to magic or that understands collector cards or whatever and doesn't even realize that the tamper-proof mechanisms that are on Magic's products specifically or Pokemon's products. You know what I mean? Like that's
they got like reseal it with plastic, but if it doesn't have the WotC logo, then
right.
They may not know that.
Or different versions of it.
And that's my whole point is, but then once they get the return product and it doesn't have the seal on it, and then somebody else brings it to their attention, you realize they have a cart that's just for loss, right? At that return section, like you just toss it in here, it's worthless now.
Yep.
And I'm sure that there's just a degree on collector on TCGs and very specifically Magic and Pokemon where it's an undesirable purchasing crowd. I haven't seen a whole lot of Lorcana problems, or I've never seen Flesh and Blood in Walmart. I have seen One Piece.
Yeah,
I've never seen Star Wars Unlimited. You do see Yu-Gi-Oh, but who gives a fart? That was the only TCG product that was basically in every store, if they had anything. And,
I saw a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh at mine.
So again, it was just an observation, and I'll be curious to see if there's any availability in Walmarts in the future. I can tell you this is the last time I'm taking a Saturday 2 hours to run around and try to grab those Lord of the Rings special edition collector boosters. It's the last time I'm not making that kind of effort. It's not worth it to me to make, let's say I was even able to grab 5 of them and make $500 and waste a whole Saturday. Nah, not worth it. And some people maybe cool.
I'll say that's pretty good money. I mean, that's not bad.
Okay, so it's if my time is absolutely worth nothing, right? Then I have to worry about the taxes I have to save for the end of the year. And I have to worry about shipping, and I have to worry about loss to offload it. And I have to worry about all that crap for minimal gain. And by the time all is said and done, the profit would be $300 maybe. Nah.
Well, the percentage gains is where it's at.
The percentage gain is high, but only at large volume.
It looks better on paper, but
I think it's completely worth it. But again, like you said, I guess it depends on what you value your time. There are days where I'm sitting there watching
I do have a dollar value for
absolutely
my time.
nothing. So for me, if I could spend a couple hours driving around, gaining a couple $100, that's probably better than me spending.
That's an excuse for you to take your sports car out. Like that's like you want to be out driving during the summertime. Like you got a nice car for that. Yeah, that's.
I'm at the age though where I don't want to necessarily just be driving to Walmart's, walking through those parking lots, competing with the people of Walmart,
Yeah.
It's just
The Wall Martians.
I'm at a stage in life where I know what my dollar value is for my time, even in a work environment, and I'm not going to mention
more
it, but
than that bullshit.
it's significant. And even at that, I'm questioning myself going into retirement. I only have so many ticks of the heartbeat left. You know what I mean? And how much is that worth? And at some point, I'll quote Forrest Gump: "There's only so much money a man needs. The rest is just for showing off." And you guys have both been to my house. I'm not a show-offy kind of person. That's not the life I live. I live nice, but I don't have a look at me car. I don't dress in look at me clothes. I'm not that kind of person. I don't need to show people my stuff. I don't care. I want to live comfortably. I live nice. I want to do the things I want to do when I want to do them. And I'm at that point, and time is valuable. And as you both get older, and our audience, as you get older, who actually gave that to me, and this all has to do with TCGs and like even the amount of time, and I've percentage gain done very well with one of the things I was trying to share. I don't know if you looked at the collector boxes for Final Fantasy. Yeah, they're ramping back up again.
Yeah.
And so with Double Masters too, but it doesn't matter that much, right? You want money to get to a point where you're in control of your time. It was Mark Cuban who put it best, where he said, being a billionaire won't solve your problems. If your life is shit before you're rich, it'll be shit after you're rich. You'll just have more time to do that.
Yeah, to focus on your problems. Yeah.
So and be miserable. And he said what being rich does is it gives you back control of your time. And he gets no more because he's a billionaire than you or I do. So, no, sorry. Not sure why we kicked him out. But
bye, Matt.
Apparently, he doesn't like that statement.
Yeah, my tab crashed. It was like, oh, your tab crashed. I was like, I literally wasn't even doing anything. I'm just looking at TCG Player.
So, I mean, I didn't mean to get all philosophical there about a Walmart venture. Thank you, baby. But time does absolutely begin to become more and more important than money.
So curiosity, was it not worth it and you're sour about it because you didn't get anything? Would you have felt better if you got something? Like, why did you do it? Like, if you knew going into it that it wasn't worth your time, why'd you bother doing it?
Curiosity.
But that to me that's the fun of the hunt. Like you were like hoping, you were like, I'm gonna get it. Maybe I'm gonna get it. It was kind of the Lorcana thing when you went to Lorcana hunting.
Has Joey Moss drained everything? What I would say is he may not have even gotten anything either, because it looked like Walmart just said, F it, we're out. But I mean, it would have been okay to get more product that I have to figure out how the hell to. You guys have seen my basement, and it's only gotten worse.
Yeah, you need more.
How the hell am I going to get rid of all this stuff? I have no exit plan.
Yeah,
I have to buy new shelves, and it's not bragging. It's like, at some point, when is enough enough? So it's not about money. I can tell you that right now. It was curiosity, right? And that's why I said I'll never do it again. Satisfy the curiosity. Not worth the time.
I've looked at I was looking at this, I think Collector Cash. I forget if maybe that was one of you guys that recommended the site. They've got Midnight Hunt collector boxes for $135. It's decent.
That era is one of the things that makes me think of like Fallen Empires, where like there's nothing good in it, but because it's a sealed Magic the Gathering product with like increasing rarity, because stuff eventually has like openings,
both that and Crimson Vow have good land cycles. You've got cards that are good. They're good cards for sure.
It's just
and very playable commons and uncommons.
yeah, it's just poo-pooed on because it might have been overprinted.
That's no Fallen Empires. Fallen Empires is very hard, very niche corner case to make any of those cards work anywhere.
Yeah, they're all just kind of bad.
I mean, they have some corner cases like the Giant Conch and all that kind of stuff, and the Rainbow Bear. I just thought about that. Well, no, actually, that's wrong, and it's bad because it's not player; it's freaking opponent.
What's crazy is they have Midnight Hunt set boosters for $129. The collector boxes are $5 more than the set boosters.
You want to see
that?
You want to see a head scratcher? Go look at Lord of the Rings set and draft boosters.
Are they?
I think I know what it is.
Set boosters are $185. Draft.
And the look of confusion settles in.
$240. Is there something in the draft boosters that play boosters don't have?
And the confusion sets in.
Or I guess set boosters? Yeah, set boosters, you have higher chances of getting the cards because they have more. Wait a minute. Actually, I think I know why.
I think I know why too.
It's the Nazguls, right? Aren't they commons or
Nope.
uncommons?
Nope.
You get more of them in it?
Has nothing to do with that. They released a reprint of the set and not draft.
So you think it's just supply and demand?
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you there's no demand. The average daily sold is 1 for the set boosters, or draft boosters. The set boosters average daily sold is 7. So slightly better. Looking at the pricing going, why the hell would I buy a fucking draft box when I can buy a set booster for $80 less? $70 less, yeah.
And I would say, so if you want an opportunity, that's one.
Yeah, but I don't want sub boosters or draft boxes. I want only command or collectors, I think. They're just so little and small and compact.
I'm just saying there's a short-term game to be made there. As soon as the attrition happens, as soon as the, what is that called? Arbitrage. Then those set boosters will be ahead of the play boosters again. Or the draft boosters. So.
And so Vivi's up to 40. So it's stabilized at around $47. That's pretty fair.
What's that?
I wonder what my Sephiroth that I sold for $750 is down to. Last time I looked, it was down to like 500.
I think I saw it like 600-ish.
Sephiroth Fabled Soldier, Surge Foil. Okay, it went back up a little bit, 640. Yeah, I saw it as low as 500.
Yes, that's called market noise, man. And a lot of guys, a lot of what you guys were talking about tonight on the regular show, just market noise to me. That's the whole thing that people look at like commodities or Bitcoin or all these things where, oh, I could have bought low and sold high. And even Rudy says that time in the market is better than timing the market.
In some situations, sure. Magic's kind of defying that right now.
Noise.
I mean, a 1,300% increase isn't like market noise.
Yeah, I was going to say that's
most people consider noise under 5%.
No, noise is just the fluctuations over a given period of time.
No, that's movement.
Okay.
I feel like noise would be spikes over short periods of time. Because market noise over the course of 3 years is not. I don't feel like that's noise. I feel like that's just the way the market's moving.
Okay. And then we'll see if it crashes, just like if you look at the Commander Legends collector boxes that went up real high and then crashed real low, and then
I would consider the collector boxes for Lord of the Rings definitely an anomaly.
sure.
That's more noise than anything because
didn't
it
say they
spikes
weren't
so
an-
hard so fast.
I didn't say they weren't anomalies. What they aren't is A, sustainable,
Yeah, agreed.
B, in a 30-year span, a 2 or 3 year cycle, and in that 2 or 3 year cycle, they weren't that high. They've only gone that high in about the last year.
Oh, that's pretty cool. You can on Echo MTG, you can do something called what is it called? Add to earnings ledger, and then you can give it a price of like what you acquired it for, what you sold it for, and then you can do as mark as sold, so it removes it from your inventory and transfer it to your earning ledger.
Huh,
You can
that's
actually
dope.
monitor like how much you've actually gained.
Yeah,
Yeah, so like
real-
my all-time profit and loss dropped 15%, but there's an earnings ledger, I'm guessing somewhere. Earnings, there it is. One item acquired for 280, sold at 23.98 at a 754%.
The thing is, you
gain.
have to include everything and not just start tracking when you're doing well, and you have to track it over a long enough period of time.
Well, yeah,
and
we're
you
talking
have
about
to
sell something.
behave similarly over that period of time in order for it to be any kind of useful data.
I really should add my Sephiroth on here.
Right.
But you have to
Yeah, I
add
mean-
every single pack you've ever opened that was also garbage and how much you paid for all that. You can't cherry pick the data and then expect the data to tell you anything useful. It's kind of like that because you always talk to the people who do scratch offs and they're like, I won $1,000 at my gas station. I don't know what you're talking about. And you come to find out it only cost them $3,000 to win that $1,000
Right.
because they ignore all the ones that were losers.
You got to grab
So if you
another.
put,
drink.
yeah, hey, look, I won $1,000 on a single scratch off, but don't put in the $2,900 worth of scratch off losers. You're skewing the data. And that's the same problem that most Magic players have is they think about their hits and not their losses. It's kind of how I pooped on Dennis's parade, that I pointed out. He's like, man, look at this. I made $700 sending these cards into, I don't know, Card Kingdom or whoever. I'm like, bro. So you're talking about sending in 500 cards to get $700. Let's do the math. Just even on those cards, what is your loss rate? And you're not even able to send in all the cards you have, just the ones that had some financial value, right? What's the average cost of a Magic pack?
$350.
You're out of your mind. Especially not when you're buying them on Rip and Chips.
Wow.
Let's go with $5. It's easy enough.
Yeah,
math.
$5 I would accept,
Yeah.
right?
Like,
And let's say you send in 500 cards and get $700 back. What is your average rate of return on the card?
Less than $1.
Okay, and how much did that pack cost to get that one rare?
yeah. Well, rares are dime fucking.
Well, that's what it was.
I don't know.
500 rares.
I don't know. Looking at Edge of Eternity, if you buy a box of 97, that's $3.23 a pack.
Okay.
No, but you're making a good enough point on not opening Magic cards. Is what I'm getting.
Well, what I'm saying is it's not even so much that. It's how people look at what they're fucking spending and justifying it, right? The point is, on average, because how many of those that he's counting as $0 because they won't accept them. So he ripped a pack for $5 and got $0 in return.
Yeah, spent $5. Yeah.
I'm going to say it's at least half of the packs, and I think I'm being super generous, that have cards that are worthless. How many packs in a box do we open where the pack is literally worth nothing and it costs $350 to open?
Well, that's
There might
that's
be a
oftentimes when
handful
I'm
We'll say
opening up packs. You know, to your point, does anything in this pack pay for it? Like, do I get $5 out of this pack? If not,
forget
then
about
like
paying
this
for the
is a
pack.
loss.
I'm talking about anything at all. How many of the packs you open,
Oh,
they
yeah.
won't even take the cards at all as bulk. Okay. So let's say, and I'm being very generous, I think, to say, okay, so he had 500 cards to send in. That means he had 500 cards they wouldn't take. And I think that's being super generous that you could send in half of the cards that you open. No, that's not real.
Yeah, I'd say it's
So
probably 30%.
let's say that your average return now is 75 cents per pack that you open on a pack that you paid $5 a piece for, probably on average. And I pointed this out to him. Like, I walked him through this because he was super happy about sending in and getting $700. And I'm like, dude,
what's the
you had to
alternative?
open 1,000 packs to get there. That's $5,000 you had to spend to get $700 back.
But under the assumption that it's a gambler, a pack ripper, you know, a fiend who's got to see the inside and you know, realize Schrodinger's pack, right? If they're opening those packs, what else should they do with those cards? I mean, keep them, just see it as 100% loss by not getting rid of any of those cards.
Well, now you're getting into my territory. You shouldn't be opening them.
Yeah.
Which is sad. I don't like that.
You're not. I'm sorry. There's so many people in life that are just not in a position to open cards.
No, I meant that it's sad that you can't open packs of cards because you'll just lose your ass on it. That's what I'm saying.
No, you can. We keep saying that. You're missing the point.
No, you can if you want to lose money.
That's not
a
why
good
you.
feeling.
Oh my God, Matt, have you not been listening to our own channel for the last 3 years? Pat, why do I always preach? Pat, do I not open cards?
You do?
Okay. Is it to hopefully get a big hit? Turn around and sell it?
No.
Okay. And it's not that I'm just well off. Guess what? When I was fucking poor and had to worry about money and not having an emergency fund and all that shit, guess what I did not do?
Gamble.
No, that's true. That's one thing I didn't do. And I guess if you're calling Magic the Gathering opening packs gambling, then no, I didn't do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think I wanted to?
It depends on, like, if you're an avid moviegoer. I mean, realistically, that's more of a waste than opening Magic cards. You go, you have your 90 minutes or 2 hours. It maybe sticks with you for the rest of your life. Maybe it's impactful. You saw Contact with Jodie Foster in the theaters, changed you to forever.
Sure.
Or you took that and you get some memory that sticks with, or you went to the theaters and you saw 28 weeks later and it was a terrible fucking film and you wasted $30 and 2 hours of your time. I mean, at least with Magic, yeah, if you're gambling, you physically get an item at the end of it, which quite often is completely worthless and I throw away.
I agree.
Hashtag
it's still
I say
throw away cards.
You should open packs meaningfully.
Even if they're worthless, for some reason my brain just doesn't. I can't do it.
And that's
man,
fine.
I throw away garbage all the time, though.
No, Bob, I'm talking about throwing away cards. I'm not talking about whatever you think I'm talking about. Throwing away cards hurts my brain. I'm like, even if they're worth nothing, I'd rather, like, I don't know.
How many fucking tokens do you need, Matt?
Well, it depends on the deck that I'm playing.
Yeah, no.
But
yeah, I mean, I live in a
perfect example. When you opened that, if you'd have known beforehand that opening that box of Final Fantasy would have been as bad financially as it was, would you still have opened it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why?
Because I was obligated to, because of the agreement I made to do it for our channel. Like,
you didn't want to do it and didn't have fun building the deck?
Of course I did, but that would not have been my out. If I was going to say, hey guys, I know I'm going to lose money on this, it's not going to be joyful, I would get shit looks, and like that would ruin our relationship together, in all honesty.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, I certainly think it would. I mean, we all know opening a box of these cards is monetarily not smart.
And we're all in a place where we can relatively afford it. Understand there are content creators that are out there panhandling to get money to go to conventions or run their next game.
Hey, whoa! I'm still subscribed to at least one of those channels.
But and they're not the only ones. Like the people, no offense, but Lance, if you're here, God, watching these rip and shippers, and you know who's in the audience. Hey, can I pay you on Friday for a pack today? Like that is just, oh God.
Wait for Magic the Gathering single packs.
I feel dirty being there talking in the chat, and I support both of those guys. One of them's a member of our channel.
I spent too much time in gas stations. Like
it's like, God,
you see those people
America,
like
dude.
They stand in front of the display
grab
of all
every one of those fools and say, shake them and say, "Oh my God!" At some point, you're going to be like, "I wasn't always this old. I was younger like you guys and thought I had plenty of time to prepare for retirement, and it's going to come and don't worry about it. I'll just keep working." That's not real.
Yeah.
And then you have like my friends and cousins who are like calling and asking, "What do I do?" And honestly, what I say in my head about that? I literally told a guy I work with or used to work with who took the separation when I had coffee with him this morning. I tell him, I don't know, get some financial advice. But in my head, I'm saying, just bend over and kiss your ass goodbye because it's too fucking late. You're too old. You need time.
My dad did something very recently that I tried to warn him not to. He cashed out his 401k to buy a van for his work. I was like, dude, that is a horrible idea.
Oh.
I'm like, the amount of money you're going to lose. He's like, I don't have time to wait for it to go up in money. I need the money now. I'm like, you don't need the money. Your truck still works. If I keep driving it like that, I'm going to ruin the truck. It's like, well, it's still working now, right? I don't know. But either way. Yeah.
Here's the thing. You don't think you're going to need money when you get older, when people aren't willing to hire you?
Because he's at the point he can retire within I think it's like 2 or 3 years away.
I hate to tell you, but all these people that are depending on the government to bail them out, it's only going to get worse. So they cut more food stamps, they cut more Medicaid, they cut more Social Security. That's going to happen.
He was just
giving away free money.
He keeps thinking that he's not going to. He just doesn't understand the retirement. I think he doesn't understand 401ks, or I don't know how to explain it to him in a way that.
There's also macroeconomic forces at play here. You know that they're looking. I think it was in July here. They just increased in like 6 states or something the minimum wage to $20 an hour. Like, that's stupid. That's super stupid. What do you think's going to happen to the prices of literally everything when you jack up minimum wage?
Yeah, realistically, it just hurts people at the top end.
Who's it going to hurt the most eventually in a few years? Sure, they'll feel like they're rich today, looking at all you people who got the stimmy money and said, "Oh, I'm rich now." Well, eventually,
I can't believe I got that.
Okay,
I loved it. I mean, I was making good fucking money. It was just like, hey, free money.
When they gave out stimmy money and double printed money a few years ago, you know what the natural recourse of that is? You don't see it right away. What happens? What's the natural reaction to that?
Inflation.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Somebody has to pay the paycheck at the end of the day.
It's not even inflation; it's price correction.
No, it is. No, it is. It is definitely inflation. Is a direct result of printing more money at the Fed so that they can give it away for free. Or
no, I meant minimum rate. Minimum wage.
Minimum wage does the same fucking thing. It drives up all inflation for everything else because
price driving, but.
It's just that that's more direct and it's more immediate. So people, oh, duh, I can connect those two dots. It's a little less obvious when the government gives out stimulus checks and double prints money and does all these other helpful things to lower income people. Somebody has to pay that tab. Let me state this super duper clear. The government does not make money. They print money. They don't make it. They provide nothing that sells at a profit anywhere ever. Well, that money has to come from somewhere. And so what they do is they print more money and they take that money. So they printed it. And now all the money that was in circulation that people have been saving and assets and all that stuff just got devalued by however much they just printed off. Just so they can give it away for free for campaign promises and shit. That's how that works.
What they do actually is they just go into debt. $35 trillion in debt or whatever.
And
You have
Bob,
to look at how
the
that works.
government does make a little bit of money when we sell guns to foreign governments in that time that we invented crack.
The government doesn't
Just
make
trolling.
those guns.
No, I'm just fucking with you. That was literally just trolling.
Those are the defense contractors that make those weapons.
Yeah.
All weapons. At any rate, people just don't understand economics, and they really need to. Or you stay poor and say, well, I was broke then, I'm broke now. What's the difference?
Yeah, right. I come from poor
Well, the
parents,
difference
and I'm
is
going to be a poor child.
You're still able to survive now because the government has been spending up to the point. We're at a breaking point. Understand, the government can't go more in debt. We're above the debt ceiling. No, it won't.
Raise it again.
I'm just telling you. Are you familiar with what happens when a government goes broke? Do you know what the recourse of that is? It's happened all around the world. You know what happens? And it happens in a flash, like overnight. It's called hyperinflation, where the money becomes worthless because it's all fiat money, which means faith-based. It's not backed by anything at all. Just people believe that the dollar is strong. They can change that shit overnight. That literally can change overnight. People just don't understand. They take a lot of shit for granted. And yeah, it would make me just as broke as everybody else when the dollar goes to zero. People are, all right, fine, fuck it. If that's what happens, then let's just enjoy the party. Woo! Best life, bitches. I don't care what happens in 5 years, 10 years. Let me get mine now. And what's a shame is we could prevent that.
$1,000 for a bottle of vodka during the apocalypse.
I'm just saying we can prevent it. It is a preventable
That'll be
thing.
1,000 bottle caps.
Well, bottle caps are fucking useless. I mean, Bob's made a good point previously. Ammo, that's some shit that's worth trading.
Yeah, I was just making reference to like Fallout, where
Well, yeah,
for whatever reason that was
get
the
it.
currency was bottle caps.
It just never made sense there either.
And I think it's a joke that like a bottle cap is worth more than money, because it had a purpose maybe at one point, or
Which is
a
weird,
collector
'cause,
item.
like
I
you
don't
can
know.
pick up pre-war currency and it's worth bottle caps, and it's like, oh well, there is an exchange. Whatever. I'm not trying to make
Yeah, it
sense
doesn't really
of
make a ton of
fantasy
sense.
games.
Yeah, we all just need to drink Brondo.
Hey man, it's got what plants crave.
So, at any rate, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous, but there's going to be an interim period. The only thing that matters is like what you can personally do to survive parts of that. But if things even just keep going like they're going, like, do you know what the largest segment? You can look it up. Just Google this. What is the largest growing segment of homeless people in the United States?
Largest growing segment
Of homelessness.
That's homelessness in the USA. AI answer or the National Alliance to End Homelessness is one.
I don't know.
Let's go with the AI one. I'm using
You
Google.
asked 3 times to tell that the Jeweled Lotus is banned, and it was like, no, it's not. I'm like, yes, it is. It's fucking banned. And then it was like, no, it's not. And I'm like, you. And it was like, my bad. I was like, he took 3 times for me to tell you that it was banned. It's banned to Commander. It's still banned. It kept telling me it's not.
Well, did you say is it banned? Because it's not banned in some formats, like Timeless.
I said specifically for Commander. And it was like, no, it's not banned to Commander. And then it ruffled a bunch of bullshit that was wrong.
Yeah,
I was like,
AI
no, it's
not
definitely
always
banned. I was
It's
like, no,
getting
it's not. Like, yes, it is.
So what'd you come up with, Pat?
It's old people.
Yep.
I mean, short answer, it's old people. With a very fast increase of old people, it's expected to triple in the next 5 years.
Okay, so
And,
people just keep thinking, oh, I'll just keep working when I'm old. What do you think all those old people, when it's not even as bad as it's going to get, thought?
Yeah, right.
Those are the people that you're supposed to be getting inheritance from because they got inheritance from their parents.
Yeah, it's funny. I was thinking about the idea of generational wealth because my mom's broke as fuck, and she is that lady that's like, I gotta die at work because it's the only thing I can afford, and she's not wrong. It is the only thing she can afford. Whereas my father, last time we talked, like seriously, it was like, hey, do you want my house when I die? I was like, I have 2 very different parents, and like having that exposure to their approaches to finances Neither of them ever discussed it with me. My father only discussed money with me in the last like 5 years when he was going through retirement. But
Yeah, mine was all self-taught because my parents have been through bankruptcy multiple times. My mom would not be able to sustain herself right now without me. Like, there's no chance. She'd be living with somebody or on the streets. My dad is better off, but quite frankly, not a ton off because he has like no 401k.
And here's the
I
thing,
think he's
you
just
think your
banking
mom's-
on. He
Your
seems
mom
to be banking
is-
on Social Security.
So, Pat, your mom is dependent on them not firing her,
oh yeah, for sure.
not getting laid off. Have you not been paying attention to what's happening massively around the United States in the last year or two?
For sure. Yeah. Luckily, she's under a unionized contract for medical care. But
Do you
yeah.
think anybody can get laid off from any company,
yeah, for sure.
contract or no? You think it's going to get better soon?
Trump's gonna fix
For
it.
most people or her position?
Most people.
No. Well,
all these
actually, you
people
know
that-
what? Actually, you know what? I got to correct that. I think that yes, statistically, things are getting better for everybody in America.
I don't know what numbers you're looking at.
If you make $35,000 a year, you're in the top 10% of people in the world. So, like, I'm just zooming out that little bit more of like, in comparison to a lot of people.
Okay, don't
in a lot
compare
of
it to the rest of the world. You can cherry pick and compare.
Well, no, that's
Oh
the
my
conversation. I'm not trying to cherry pick. I am just having a very good comparison.
Compare that to the same statistic from 1980.
Then yes, we are still doing
No,
far
we're
better than we
doing
were
much
then.
worse. Since the 50s and 60s, we were way ahead of the rest of the world. It's getting worse on a
The
global
gap.
scale. It's shrinking between us and the rest of the
for
world.
sure. I mean, I think that's actually a sign of a good
AKA,
thing.
that means things are getting worse.
No, that doesn't. That means it's getting better in more places.
For them, not for us. It depends
There
on
you
who
go.
you are
And
on
that
that equation.
explains the shrinking of the gap. If more people in the world are doing better off, then they are closer to us. So there's a smaller gap.
Yes, and that means
Yeah.
we're doing worse than we were before.
No, it doesn't.
If there's a shrinking gap between me and a poor person, that means I'm doing relatively worse than I was before.
No, it means they're doing better.
The population's getting better than they were before.
No, it doesn't. You don't
Yes, it does.
understand. No, it doesn't. It
both.
doesn't, because things will just adjust for that.
So it
That's
means
called
that you're not.
arbitrage.
It means that you're not richer than them in the same way that you were before,
It
but they're
means
not as
that
poor.
even relatively what I could buy before, the buying power is shrinking. That's what that is.
And more people.
And it's
can
not like
attain
they're
it.
really much better off than they were before. Look, there's X amount of shit in the world. If more people can buy it, that means that the wealth gap, you're shrinking it, right? Now, there are some that are just sprinting off into the fucking stratosphere, but that portion of the population is also shrinking. The relative buying power. Like, and anyways, I'm not going to get into that, but yes, trust me, we're doing worse, and it's getting worse.
I
And-
disagree with how you.
That's not how I do it. That's
Valuation of that
like-
information.
Pardon me?
Your evaluation of that information. I disagree with your outcome of that information. I don't see it as fewer people are more poor. I see it as more people are richer.
That makes the people that were wealthy before less.
So you agree with me
wealthy.
then?
What?
So you agree with me then?
No. I'm saying for people here in the United States, which relatively speaking, we had 98% of the wealth. It's much, much less now. So in total, Americans are doing worse than they were before. That's just how it
one way
works.
to look at it.
That's literally the only way to look at it.
Or that more people are richer. That less people around the world are dying.
Now that's a different statistic. That yes, that global
Do you think that that's not
Poverty is
doing
shrinking.
better?
for other people that were dirt farmers, yes. But
This
for
is the
people here in the-
conversation I'm
But
trying
for
to have
people
with
here
you.
in the United States, The poor are still just as poor and actually poorer and in more debt than ever and will die. You keep hearing about it, that they're chained like slavery to their
Yo,
job.
Time Capsule, what's up, man? Welcome.
That we're taking fewer
We're having
vacation homes, fewer
philosophical
vacation
conversation.
homes,
I love that it
relative
comes out
stuff.
as pure chill.
have like even me, like teachers used to be able to afford vacation homes and going. It was a normal thing that families would go on vacations every year, multiple vacations every year.
Mhm.
Like the relative wealth of America has drained drastically in my lifetime.
Yeah, but speaking of that, there was one of the, I'm not going to say her name, one of the people that we know, I think I'll just say the one that
I'm
Steph
sorry.
doesn't talk to anymore. She was asking like how I make so much more money than her, even though I make more money than her, but not by like a large margin. I was like, because I don't go to Disneyland every fucking year. I don't spend thousands of dollars on a hotel because I want to live fancy. Like there's a lot of things that person does that I don't do, and I save a ton of money that way. And then I feel more rich because I don't do those things.
That's the difference between making money and having money. I know a lot of people who make more than me that live paycheck to paycheck.
Mm-hmm. There's a poor mentality and a wealthy mentality, and it really has very little to do with how much you make. It has everything to do with how much you save. And there were times in my life I was dirt poor. Circumstance.
Yeah, I also don't have a kid. I don't live in a fancy
I had 2
neighborhood.
kids, 2 divorces, but I wasn't the poor person in those divorces. I wasn't the poor person in those relationships. I've always been able to see more distantly into the future than actually most people. It's a skill set that I just have. I can extrapolate longer periods of time. I can coalesce a lot of data in my head, and I can see things that are generally eventualities. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to hear it even more and more. Look, I predicted years ago, that one of the first signs that you'll see is families starting to do what the rest of the world has to do that hasn't really been a thing here for several generations.
Yeah,
and
most people don't. Yeah.
What?
Most people don't do multi-generational housing anymore.
Multi-generational living. Yeah. That's going to become more and more commonplace. It already is.
Yeah.
It's in progress. I've been saying this for
sisters do.
2 decades.
My sisters still live with my dad's. I don't.
I mean, that's what you're doing. You moved your mom to your place to take care of her.
Yeah, but like, it's not necessarily by choice. Like if I have,
okay, that's exactly my point.
Yeah,
Bob gets literally my point. Like that's exactly what I'm saying, and it'll take on many forms. But it's not just hey shit. That my mom moved. I moved out from my mom, and now she has to move back in with me. It's going to get worse, and it's not even just blood relatives. What you'll have are probably, no offense, people like Pat that. Hey, it'll be more beneficial if I group up with a couple of my single buddies.
Oh, yeah,
if it's not Pat, it's people that he knows.
Yeah.
Because it just makes sense for the 3 of us to live in a 3-bedroom house and share all the common utilities and things.
Yeah,
like
the consulting company that we're working with, that's what a lot of their employees have done is either no kidding. One dude, Arya, he just bought a house. And then 5 other employees that he works with moved in instantly, and he just started making money that way. A lot of other folks will just straight out rent a house.
You even have people fighting this from what I consider a fad style of living. Do you know what it's called? There's a term for it. It's on TikTok all over the fucking place.
Oh, don't say tiny house.
What? No, not tiny housing, but you're close, Matt.
I got nothing.
Something like you're
the fucking van life.
Van life, baby.
Yeah,
you term in the vernacular,
but it's the glorified homelessness.
Dad wants to do that shit. I don't know, man.
Yes, and there's many retirees because guess what? Your dad doesn't want to do. Have to move in with you or your sister because that's the only other options.
Yeah, but he owns his home. He doesn't need to do that.
Okay, and when he can't afford it anymore because he retired too early with too little money, and eventually you still have to keep paying the ever-increasing property taxes and insurances. Yeah, you can lose a home that you bought. Very, very possible. And it's going to happen a lot. It's already happening.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not hard to see these things. These are natural recourses. We're spreading the wealth around the world. So yes, Pat, there are less poor people around the world, but guess what? We're going to have to start living like them. Multi-generational homes, taking pay that is way, way below what we're used to for our quality and standards of living, so that they bring industry back. That's the only way industry comes back, is when we compete globally for wages. Because guess what? Most people have to be the worker bees. You can't have too many CEOs at a company. So again, these things are coming. And we're just hastening them. And a lot of people are cheering it. Yeah, let's print more government money. Let's give more stimulus stuff. Let's increase the minimum wages. Those are temporary. And everything else will adjust accordingly through arbitrage.
Yeah, I don't understand stimulus checks. I never understood them. I don't know.
Okay, let me explain it to you. Politician, make promises, get more votes from poor people, because there's 10 to 1, 100 to 1 poor people to people that are actually working and providing tax money. I gave you the statistics. It's a country of 360 million people where only 110 million people have a job. Do the math. It's stark. These are all things that are happening.
Tony Stark?
It's not hard to extrapolate. What's that?
It's Tony Stark?
Yes.
War profiteering is one of the things that, it's always good for business.
Do you want a strategy that I'm working on? I can see that this is rapidly racing towards us. I don't think it'll be a total economic collapse, but what I do see happening, the people that can invest, the people that can accumulate more wealth, and as you said, sit and watch it in their bank account grow, there's going to be a drastic divide, the fight for that money. And that means, do you know what happens when inflation happens? Do you know who it benefits?
Probably the people that have money.
Business owners, I would guess.
What's that?
Probably business owners by and by.
No, business owners pay other people. Who do they pay?
Oh, the shareholders. Yeah.
There you go. So let's try this question again. Matt, you were on top of it, but you haven't pieced it together 100% yet. Why is it people with money benefit from inflation? Does it benefit people? Hold on. Does it benefit people that have money in their bank account?
Certainly not.
Probably
not much. I mean, that's why we see 4.5%, but that's not enough.
Yeah.
No, it benefits investors. Who can invest? Can poor people invest? People with money. So what you're going to have when you have this divide start widening is the haves and the have-nots. It's going to be a wider and wider gap. And I am desperately trying to get ahead of that so that my daughter will start off life or be part of her life as a have rather than a have-not. Because that's happening now. It's not something that's coming in the future. You can clearly see it in the market. Having stuff is worthless. Having things, unless the zombie apocalypse hits, bullets will be great. I don't even trust gold. It's too hard to move. But the people that have money invested, I suspect that those will be the haves, and it'll be much harder to get money in the future. I foresee this minimum wage increasing, ending up dropping drastically. Like you're going to see, it's already happening now. They're firing people that make wages like I do. My own company's doing it. They're trying to get rid of us, the higher paid salaried employees, so that they can pick up people on H-1B visas and pay them 1/3 the salary.
Is just hiring people from the Philippines for 1/10 of the cost.
Yeah, and you could hire them here in the United States. They'll be willing to hire you for that was $120,000 job a year ago for $30,000 a year. Sure, right. They'll hire an American, right? And that's what we're looking at. So yeah, you can increase the minimum wage for now until the market just can't bear it, and there's no American employees here.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised our company, the company I'm working for right now. I'm surprised they're letting the overtime situation go on right now.
And it's only a
20-30 hours of overtime for the last 2.5 months.
Yeah. And guess what? Eventually, when they can legally replace you with half the cost labor, they will.
Yeah, I hope that the bank that I support doesn't ever change the contract. I'm sure it'll happen one day, but at the moment we're somewhat safe.
That is the natural segue. These are the things you can see happening. I'm not a genius. It's clear. It is happening. It's not going to happen. It's in progress.
Oh yeah.
Everybody that thinks that their job is safe, I got news for you. It's not.
My job's fine. I'm not worried.
For a time.
Yeah, I mean, until I
Our
finish with it.
CEO keeps talking about AI is gonna like fix everything, and then they fire 2,000 people. Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, Microsoft's fired tens of thousands, and Google, and the United States Postal Service, and the government, and like, dude, it's not. I don't know why you think things are getting better financially. It's getting much worse cumulatively.
I mean, at least
For
eggs
Americans.
went down in price. Not gonna get eggs for $21 for a 60-pack, or $13 for a 60-pack, something like that. So at least eggs have went down in price.
Yeah, and gas does too, but everything else goes up.
Yeah, gas is pretty bad right now. It's like $3.20 for just standard.
That was
I have to
$2.89 on
use-
the corner today.
I have to
right?
use premium, so premium's like
I don't
$4
get
a gallon.
Time capsule. Stop quoting me. I think my job's pretty secure.
You know, all people think that until it's not.
My job is semi-secure, but I definitely don't feel secure at all.
I'm just saying, everybody's job is secure until they figure out a way to make it not secure. And trust me, every business, every place that you can be employed is
I know
looking
that
at
I've done-
ways to get rid of you.
I know that I've done a good job at making
care.
my position at my job right now. I'm doing my best to make myself irreplaceable, but
Okay.
at a certain
I'm just gonna
point,
tell
that
you
won't
right now.
last.
I'm going to tell you right now, Matt, the people that make the decisions of when to cut bodies, they could care less about how good you are or irreplaceable. I promise you that. That is
I'm more. I guess I'm
okay.
I'm more focused on my immediate management. Like I know that my manager. he
Oh yeah, my
values
manager
me.
tells me every day there's no way I can replace you. But his manager says everybody's replaceable.
Sure, yeah, that's the problem.
Guess who
The
Trump?
higher management.
That's not that much higher. That's my boss's boss. And his boss says the same thing. And HR, you're just a number.
Yeah, HR is.
Guess who gets to make that call of when bodies get cut and how many? Oh, they make this. Their salary is this high above this line. They're gone. They don't care how irreplaceable you are. That's how that works.
It must suck to work in
Well,
a like
The
job
problem
like
with
that.
that logic is that the position that I'm in, if the quality of work goes down to a point where they lose the client, then they're fucked. Like they actually lose probably more than
Everybody
billions
thinks
of
that
dollars a
about
year.
their jobs. Go out and start watching some of the videos out there about people who've been laid off recently.
No, I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you. But what I'm saying is that our position is my position is a little bit more unique because of the client. Like the work is really rocky with the two companies that I'm talking about. Like,
I
it
know
has not
exactly.
been-
I know your situation very intimately.
Yeah. So it's more secure than most.
Mm,
But it's still, I don't feel super secure.
maybe-
I'm just saying it's more
maybe
secure than
slightly.
most.
maybe slightly, but even at that, I'll say no. Sorry. It's just not. That's not how anybody above your immediate manager sees it. And they have far more pull. And I've seen companies cut their throat. There is a person that rhymes with Flam Blackley that was let go at your company that I scratched my head years ago that they let go of when I still worked there. And I was just baffled. How, like, you have no idea. You're cutting your throat. You're cutting your nose off to spite your face. This person literally built the systems that your company runs on. And you fired that person? That was one of the big deciding factors in why I bounced. Now, it takes years for things to degrade, like a retrograde orbit, but eventually the space station will crash into the Earth.
Yeah, we lost one of our technical implementers, and then they actually had to pull him back because it was so fucking bad. Because
I'm
he
just
knew
saying
so
that-
much and was so good at the position that we had to pull him back in.
Companies will destroy themselves in the interest of saving a buck for the next quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I'm glad I don't work for a company.
Well, government can be just as brutal and bad.
I'll say they just cut a bunch of government jobs. I don't know why you. I don't think you feel like you're safer than most. Like
Well, that's literally a different like group of government.
Put it this way,
Like,
Pat. They're
delineation
getting rid of
between-
e-check in Ohio. You know how many jobs they'll remove because they're getting rid of e-check in Ohio? They're not safe. They're part of the BMV.
Tens of
segment.
thousands.
So I don't think they're ever going to get rid of the DMV. That seems pretty important. But
That's what I mean. is,
Okay,
like,
but they can completely change the structure of it, just like McDonald's cashiers think that they're safe until you remember Vegas, Matt?
why do McDonald's cashiers think this?
Do you remember Vegas? Do you remember the McDonald's in Vegas? Because that's the first time I saw it, and that's what 3-4 years ago now.
What? Just the thing where you order on the machine?
Yeah, how many cashiers did we deal with?
I don't think there was any because he told us to go
Right.
fill it out on the machine.
Right, exactly. And then I saw it. Guess what? After that, I saw it on the Turnpike. I saw it in a couple of other places pop up. I'm like, okay, writing's
That
on the
just makes-
wall there.
That honestly just makes sense to me. Like the cashier thing is kind of stupid.
And what do you
Yeah.
think's going to happen at the drive-through window?
Well, you still need somebody to hand the person the food.
Not if you're
Yeah.
required to not
Hey, no.
well to hand you the food.
I think the
delivery
person making the
person.
food can hand it to
Nah,
them.
Yeah.
You don't
Guess
even
what?
need someone to hand you the food. You have a really cool like
Conveyor belt.
yeah, exactly. You have a conveyor belt and someone in the back makes all your shit. They put it on a tray. The tray goes forward on a sushi belt thing, like in Japan.
And
It
you have
goes
to
all the
scan
way
your
to the
QR
end,
code to
and
prove
then it's
you
a
are who
little
you
dumb
are.
waiter. Yeah, a little dumb waiter comes down and you grab your shit. That's it. Like they don't even need a person to hand you your stuff. It needs to get. to
They'll
you in the
figure
right
out
order.
ways to replace people that
Yeah,
don't
100%.
fall off sick, that
Yeah.
don't steal things. That so again, there's no job that's secure, none. Like probably if I had to pick any, firefighters for the most part. Okay,
Yeah,
I
it's
agree.
going to be hard to replace firefighting.
Oh no, that's actually one of the jobs I would think would be the easiest to replace.
I mean, a robot, I guess, makes sense because it can't. Once robotics gets better, they
Exactly.
can't
Like, you don't
die.
want
There's
a
no like
human
life
being to
insurance.
go
I mean, they
in
can
there.
die, but who
well, but they
cares?
also can't
Move on.
make decisions about like a human does, and like AI is going to have to get a whole lot better,
Oh yeah, certainly.
within
I
10
think
years.
that it'll just be a replacement.
especially if people's lives are on the line. Mm-mm.
Yeah, within 10
But-
years, I'm
But
sure.
here's the way they get around that, right? We keep insourcing people for jobs like nurses. Have you not noticed a demographic shift in the medical field? Even like you guys had to have within your lifetime. People from other countries are rapidly replacing.
I mean, that's not even a shift for me. Again, my mom's been in the healthcare field since I was in my teens, and one of my closest father figures, somebody I looked up to, was from out of the country, and that was never anything to me. I mean, my grandparents, both of them are immigrants.
I'm just
Neither of
saying
them
that
were born here,
doctors-
so
Common thing
It's
for
not
the
just
Indian
immigrants.
culture to want to be doctors.
But it's not just doctors now.
it's
Now
aspirational.
it's the nurses,
Maybe
it's the
shit,
front
yeah.
office people, it's the pharmacist. They're rapidly bringing people from other countries because it's cheaper to H-1B visa than hire people here.
I don't know what an H-1 visa is.
It's a work
It's
visa.
a work visa.
It's a work visa mainly from India that they have to go back once a year for a month and renew their visa. And that's rapidly replacing people here in all different career fields. And so any job, not safe. Not even teachers.
I mean, yeah, I will agree with you that no job is safe, but I think my job is pretty secure, to quote Time Capsule, quoting me.
Again, it's very easy to sing this. Say probably more secure than most.
Right? Like, that's what, like, what's my other
All you can
option?
do,
I mean,
what's you
I'm
gonna
certainly
do?
not
Like,
quitting it. Yeah,
No,
that's
I
it.
agree. That's the
That's
problem. That's why I'm like terrified.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Yeah.
I'm sitting pretty. But I am worried about the future. I do have children. And it's not just, oh, I'm worried about it. I'm looking at the trends going, well, that's not good.
It's definitely a very changing job market, to say the very least.
Not just job market, the entire economy. It's not
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Well, it's different. I mean,
Okay. There is no path that I can see where that benefits us as a country in the future. Zero. There's not a single path forward I see where, things will get better.
Oh, well, that's a dour outlook. I guess I'm surprisingly optimistic in general.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a dick.
I think I'll
don't
say
get me
this.
wrong,
I think
but,
the rich are going to get fantastically richer.
They always do.
Goddamn right. And if they don't, then why am I trying so hard?
But
to
I'm going to tell you this, and you can hear it. The middle class is rapidly disappearing, which means that far more people are becoming poor than rich in America.
Yeah, I think the middle class is gone. There's just two kinds of poor and there's two kinds of rich. There's like poor and rich, and then you got poor rich and then rich.
Okay.
Well, there's a reason why I have my financial situation in a place where I plan to retire and be a millionaire by 55. That is what I'm on track to do. And when I say millionaire, I mean just 1 million, but still,
Let's hope that by the time you're 55, that means something.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible I get $1 million, and I'm like, I'm a millionaire. I can buy an egg.
So, like, that's the weird thing about like compound interest. If there's an algae that grows on a pond and it doubles every day, and on the 50th day it covers the pond, the biggest day of growth is the last day, and that's the crazy thing about like seeing my numbers. I mean, comparatively to my age group, where I am, my educational background, I'm doing surprisingly well. But to your point, $55 million, cool. You wait another 6 or 7 years. Well, motherfucker, you got an extra one.
Yeah, dad. I think that's what my dad doesn't understand. That like he thinks that he doesn't have all this time, and he's got less time than most. But the compounding interest of things is just such a like he thinks that having the money now to like pay off a house is more important than having the money to earn the interest on. I was like, as long as you still can cover your monthly bills without struggling, you don't need to pay off the house. Paying off the house does nothing but waste money.
Well, I'll say this: it depends on the interest rate that he has on the house.
It's it's like 3%.
Then that's absolutely absurd to pay off the house.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I tried to warn him. I'm like, I don't understand why you're cashing out your 401k. I just don't understand. I couldn't explain. I couldn't explain
what every single financial advisor in the world would say. That's bad.
I know. I tried to warn him, but he just did anyways. I think he just assumes that we're going to get a bunch of money from my grandma's passing because she passed and she had like, a good amount of money. The problem is it's going to be split between me, my sister, my dad, my other sister. That's 4 of us already split 4 ways. Then something in Hawaii that we found is that it's supposed to be 50% going to somebody else. If they're still around, then that's 50% gone already. Then split 4 ways. Then all the fees and all the taxes. It ain't gonna be a lot of money. 750K goes by real fucking fast when it's split basically 8 ways. I don't know. It's
not much.
It's not gonna be a lot. Like it sounds like a lot of money, but it's gonna be probably less than 50K per person. It's just still a lot of money. It's still. I don't care what I get, honestly.
Okay. And how long do you think that 50K will last him?
I don't even know. I think I'm just going to invest into the Roth IRA that I opened. I'm just going to put a large portion of that in it.
I know. How long? Yeah. How long would that last? Do you know what the average person
spending habits? He'll buy things he doesn't need. He's not the best at financial decisions.
Okay. And how long? So I'm asking you. I'm not even qualifying that with anything else. How long do you think that'll last?
I mean, less than a year.
Okay,
because he's going to want to pay off. Less than a year, because he's going to want to pay off the house, and that's like $35,000. So he's going to, and then he wants a new roof. That's like $12,000. So that's not like less than a year. Like he's going to blow through all of it. I guarantee you it. Like it's going to be on good things.
Is he going to live less than a year?
No, hopefully not.
And if he cashed out his 401k, you don't have to tell me how much it is, but is it over $1 million?
It was nowhere near that. Less than 100K.
Okay. So how long do you think the money that was cashed out will last?
He's going to be depending on Social Security, and he thinks he claims he's going to make more money on Social Security than he makes at his current job. That's what he thinks. I don't know how true that is. I didn't even looked into it. But he
You
claims
know
that
what
he's
the
going to be
average Social
making.
Security payment is right now per month? Pat, can you look that up?
$1,400. I'm guessing out my ass. It's not out my ass, but I'm guessing $1,400. I'm looking it up.
You're not horribly far off.
Yeah, that's actually
You're a
pretty
little
close.
low.
I'm just going in just like that. Just putting in average Social Security payment, 1948 and 17 cents, according to Kiplinger, whatever the fuck that is.
Okay, and you,
1976. Yeah. Huh, well, that's more than I thought.
like I said, but you're not far off. How would you like to live on that much?
I could easily live off that. That's actually pretty comfortable, to be honest, for me. But my cost of living is low.
Does that take home?
It's-
Like,
it's-
yeah,
it's-
That's your
house
cost of
payment-
living now, but
it's
when you're
just like
older
house
and have
payment.
and you have medical that you have to pay, guess what? You have medical insurance,
Hmm.
and oh, by the way, the government requires you to have some
that's
Yeah.
that.
and
So,
medication and
fucking
anything that
awkward.
happens. And by the way, once you hit 60, your medical costs in life increase drastically. The typical person between 60 and 80 for those 20 years spends almost $200,000 in today's money out of pocket, not what the government covers, but for medical costs.
Yeah, that's gotta suck.
Inflation's only going to continue to rise, which means insurance will rise, property taxes will rise, cost of every good will rise.
Actually, that reminds me. I've been looking at raw land in Vermont. There's some pretty good deals around here.
So again, you have to overplan because nobody has, even me, has the real capability to understand inflation on a macro scale. It's hard to wrap your head around. And people, even in Magic, have price memory, right? Talk about it all the time. Even us thinking about a year ago, draft boxes, $100. Well, we have to readjust our baseline boxes are now $150 on average. And if you average in the cost of collector boxes with your draft boxes, well, really a box of Magic, if you just qualify it that way, it's over $200. But we have price memory that boxes were $90-something for 30 years.
Ooh, there's a price cut. Oh, nice.
You know, that's just the way that time works. That moving, you know what? I will open this. I'm just sitting here. I'll try to plug in if you guys want to see it. So, time capsule, you still here, buddy? I was thinking more about you for this. Was not going to buy this today, but I was stumped going out on. You missed the whole Walmart conversation, so I picked up something, and I said, you know what? I will share that with our audience just to do a little opening, since you know I don't do it much. But I honestly had you in mind as like maybe a little treat that I can give back to our member onlys and do a little shared opening with you. And this has no other purpose than, I'll be honest with you, on the front here it says there's a bonus card and it lists one specifically, and the best I could tell it's a Zidane.
Yeah.
It's a Zidane. It's like a 25-cent card.
Hell yeah.
And I was curious. This is another curiosity, which is why I bought it. Are they all Zidane? Is that really true that every bonus card is freaking Zidane? How ass is that? Like, and I paid. So what's it was by the time I added in tax and everything, it was like $25.29. What is that divided by 3? 8 something.
Yeah, $8.30.
So if that bonus card is worthless, then I paid $8.30 something per play booster from Walmart.
Yeah, that's not what you want to hear.
So that was the only thing that I found in the Walmarts. You might want to go back and watch the other part for our discussion about Walmarts and where they're heading.
If you didn't know, Time Capsule, there was a couple of YouTubers / content creators that were talking about Walmart was just randomly putting out collector packs for like $25 a piece, and this includes the Lord of the Rings special edition packs for $25, and they're going for well over $150 right now. So people were like freaking out and rushing to all the Walmarts trying to find if there was anything. And when I went, there was literally not a single Magic product. There was nothing in Lorcana. There was nothing for Pokemon. There was like 2 things for Yu-Gi-Oh, a bunch of sports cards crap, and that was it. So
our sort of conspiracy theory, or at least mine, is that Walmart's by and large getting out of the TCG market.
I don't have that same idea. My theory is that it's just selling so fast because the scalpers are walking in and buying literally everything, and then there's nothing for anybody that actually wants it.
Then why wouldn't they at least have the tags on the shelves?
I mean, who needs a tag when people are just buying the entire box?
Okay.
or even better, I think that the employees of the actual of the store are doing it.
I don't know. I'm just saying that
because it's 100% profitable if you can just
all
guarantee
intents and
buy the box
purposes,
the moment
it doesn't matter
whether
whether
literally take that box and scan it and like leave. Like
it's even in a top loader. And yes, it is Zidane. This must not be a Magic the Gathering product.
I could have told you that.
Little to the right,
but it kind of looks like it. You know, it's got all that.
Most of those packs are just repackaged from some random company. It does say support.wizards.com, so maybe it is. I've never seen that kind of packaging.
Have you ever seen them put a card in a top loader?
It's an Ultra Pro. No, there's no way. It's an Ultra Pro top loader. There's no way. I mean, I guess they do have deals with Ultra Pro, but
there's nothing. There's nothing that indicates, you know, what's it called, M3 Holdings or whatever it is.
Who makes Magic the Gathering play packs?
Like they're literally not listed on here anywhere.
Huh.
It's called a play pack.
Yeah,
so that's kind of disappointing that every one of these. I mean, okay, so all those people that bitch about false advertising with the picture of the promo cards that are on the product, fuck you. I do not want a Zidane. I think it's even an uncommon, isn't it? It's a good.
Apparently, some of the stores, the LGSs are selling packs for $10 a piece.
Well, I'm sure they are.
I'm just reading through the comments of this guy was like, new play pack at Walmart a month ago, $23.87.
Yeah, plus tax.
And they were like, that's more expensive than buying 3 packs of my LGS. And they're like, some game stores are selling them for $10 a pack. And then they're like, guys that replied, don't buy from them.
Right, I agree.
Yeah, like why?
Hey, look, I got an art card, Matt.
Oh my god!
I'll save all of them for you.
Nice.
And it is a Cloud.
Cloud.
Is that his Limit Break card? Is that what that one is?
I don't know.
Yeah, Limit Break. You still hold that these are going to have value? I don't.
I don't necessarily think they're going to have value, but I think having
there we go for Miss Sherry Vegas. There is a fat chocobo right there.
Having a complete set of it would be, you know. Oh, time capsule! Look at this. I had since Bob likes the fat chocobo so much, I had 3D printed and I painted a chocobo. See, this is where you can see the blemish. My thumbprint. I thought that it was like an hour, and then like I ended up like grabbing the head. And like the thumbprint like fucked them, and I tried to cover it up, and I got fucked. But
very first pack,
it's a deck box.
You saw the deck box that Matt made
so
for me.
Black. Look how black that is.
Yeah,
you can't even see inside the box. It just looks like a void.
Tell Matt what you think about that deck box.
I think that's awesome. I even said that in the chat.
Did you hear that? Did you hear her?
I think I heard that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, you didn't hear her on the fat chocobo. Yay! She said yes. That deck box is awesome.
I might try to fix the blemish on it
What
because
a worthless bad card that
it
is.
looks really bad.
You willed the fat chocobo into existence. All right. Well, I mean, this is actually a decent card. I don't think it's worth anything. But now I have like 4
Cecil?
of them.
You got a play set. There you go.
Cecil.
Make a place. Make a
Yeah,
place.
I have a play set of a legendary card. Yay.
Tackle.
Nice. Summon Fenrir seeing play in the landfall deck. I don't know if it's worth any money. Probably not. It's like an uncommon.
All right. So Cecil, I mean, it's a playable card at a minimum. Put that here.
Comment your LGS has packs.
All right. Well, there is no art card on this one. Spoiler alert. So we'll
Trying to
go ahead.
see. I think it's
Hey,
just an
but it's
official
a
walking
bird
product.
token to go with our fat chocobo. Let's get the fat chocobo out here at least. Now let it go. Props to the fat chocobos of the world out there. For all you fat chocobos. You know, I'm zoomed in way too tight. I'm zooming back out again.
Oh, you found a card on Monday? That'd be interesting.
Dude, why is this not zooming?
No, I don't
It's
know.
very zoomed.
It is very zoomed. Uh-oh.
And it's bad.
Ah, now
Oh,
it's zoomed
zoomed.
all the way
Out
out.
of existence.
So, I was telling you guys, there's the new shelf just to get more products.
Nice.
So I can pseudo dox myself there. All right. That looks better. That looks better. Cards of note. The rest of these are hot garbage. Hot garbage, because there's no fat chocobos and more garbage. There's my full art. So many of her.
Large.
So many of him. That card. This one. And okay.
But
Is
it
that
does
actually-
so much damage.
And
Maybe.
shenanigans.
See, is it
right,
actually
last
worth
pack.
money? It's worth
No, jumbo pack card. I
$2.80.
think it's all the way down to like $2.
$2.80. It didn't
Yeah.
even pay for the pack. Nice.
No.
It's okay. Right here is the Vivi.
Honestly, I think I'd rather get Lightning. I know Vivi's worth a lot more, and I could sell it and buy Lightning, but I'm not going to.
You know what's funny about that is after the Commander Raids game, Nate was talking about. He's like, that made me want to build a lightning deck. I was like, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
There's a counter spell. I think that's the first one I got.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty crazy.
There's your card, Mr. Wolf Dork.
Counter Soek, the counter spell. See if it's worth.
This
money
card's
in
actually
that
pretty
special
decent.
art.
I mean, it's nice to be able to flash bounce stuff back to your hand.
Oh, plus you got another bird. Always need more bird.
Yeah, I mean, it puts a body on the board, it puts a bird on the board.
It's bird on the board.
All right, can we slow roll this? There's 4 cards left. The last one is a land card, right? That's how that works.
There's maybe.
I'm not even familiar with that card, but okay, it's the black white. Can't remember what that is. And then there was 3. Let's see. Is this a rare? It is the rare. Oh my god, I have so many of these.
Well,
And then
rares aren't very rare.
that's that. $25 worth, folks. To get that guy.
Nice, but it could have been a boat.
What?
You're like betting it for the boat. The boat would have been like
What?
Sephiroth or lightning or.
But this
Diddy.
one? No. It can only
No,
be.
no, I'm saying the pack openings could have had good things.
It could have. I was more
It's
curious,
weird.
like, do all of them have that guy?
Doesn't it just say it on the pack? Yeah, they just have it. That's what it says. It says,
doesn't-
oh
no,
yeah.
it says includes bonus promo card. It doesn't say it's that card. But
I mean, there's a
that
big
indeed it
picture
is
on the
that
front of it. It says Zidane. It says includes bonus promo card. It says it right on the package.
yeah, but
I'm looking.
Again, includes bonus promo card, but there's lots of promo cards.
I think that's the only one.
No, there's other bonus. There
Seems
are other
this-
promo
this-
cards.
What I'm saying is for that pack, the picture of the card, it would be weird if it was
Yeah.
anything else.
It often
that's
is.
weird.
It's very often not the card you see on it.
Right. And I was just checking to see that, Pat. I think you're following my logic here.
I got you.
And the answer is sadly no. When it's crap, like, so if they put Sephiroth on there because Sephiroth is a bonus card, and then you get Zidane, it's kind of like the command towers in every secret lair drop now, where 99% of them are command tower for the bonus secret lair card, the secret lair card. And then 1% are the better ones.
Well, we're about 90 minutes in, so I think our channel members got their 99 cents out of me for tonight.
They got their $25 out of me tonight.
Yeah, right. Debut card of Monday and Watsy.
All right. Well, how about we announce what our proposed changes are? Because we have members here.
You talk about commander raids. Oh, we're talking about potentially like trying to mess around with the rules a little bit. We might try to have the players all go at once, just to kind of. It might speed things up along. It might be
Different interactions, certainly when we have to
It's
attack.
probably a downside depending on like if the raid monster makes creatures and then everybody attacks all at once, then the best things will die. So it's probably like a little bit of a nerf to the player power, which is probably okay. It still makes
we have to
it,
discuss that. I think it should take out the biggest threat. You guys, you always say it takes out the most damage, whereas that's not always the biggest threat on the board. Clearly,
yeah. I mean, it'd be like preserve life total so that it can continue to roll more makes sense to me.
but if it could have taken out lightning, right,
Yeah.
then in the long run, it preserves its life total more, right? So,
Yeah.
even if there was like an 8/8 out there.
Well, it tried to take the lightning out, but it couldn't.
What I'm
'cause
saying is, if there's most of us out there, and someone has an 8/8, it has to choose between that and lightning. It should choose the lightning.
I don't disagree with you, but I think we decided that. I mean, this was like a group decision. I think we decided that it would do the best. It was easier to say as a global rule, it preserves its life total because you don't want to get into arguments with other people saying, "Well, I think this is more valuable than that," and blah 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 blah, and then people trying to argue. It's a lot easier just to go. It's a global rule. Just all you have to worry about is life total preservation.
I thought I had asked to have it put into the rules that it's all when the raid monster has to make choices, the choices are always in the worst interest of the players.
Yeah.
And then that lets the group decide what the choices are. If you want to just pick like all the weenie 1/1s and that's the way you want to play Commander Raids, fine. But it really we shouldn't just stick to it saying, oh, well, there's a 4/4 attacking that's bigger than lightning. And that thing it's a chocobo that's going to die in 3 turns anyways. It should definitely try to take out the lightning.
I think that's one of the interesting things about it is
this why this is a loader
like
is
the amount of I feel like the discussion comes up more outside of the actual gameplay because when we're in the moment it's really easy to figure out. It's just hard to put on paper.
Well, because generally the thing with the biggest attack power is generally the most beneficial to remove. But like if your Edric's out there and has to attack, that's letting all of us draw cards, he's not a big threat for life total, but my God, card advantage he sure is.
Yeah, if Galta and Edric are attacking and there is one blocker, what would it block?
I mean, it would depend on what its current life total is. If it kills it, then clearly. But Galta's trample anyways.
Hmm.
Galta's going to be so good for stationing things.
Absolutely.
Sure, but you get my point, right?
Hmm.
Like that makes sense to me to try to get rid of Edric, especially if it's early on, because the card advantage, it just can't. Like, look at how much Matt groans every time we roll that. Until next turn, you can only draw one, play one.
Yeah,
Oh my
well,
God, I think that upsets Matt the most out of every result on there. He's like,
It
but
is
that breaks
brutal.
every deck that I build.
I just
Yeah,
want
it
to do
does.
the stuff.
I just want to do more than one thing a turn.
Okay, again, yes, it breaks your mechanic, which is why you don't like. Why are you attacking my land base? That means I can't play 50 things in one turn.
Exactly.
I get it, but that's why people play those cards, so that you can't. It stops almost all of your combos.
Wombo.
So,
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting though, trying to see how it plays out. All of us going on the same turn might be beneficial, might be detrimental, but either way, it'll definitely be a bit of a shakeup. So stay tuned for more news.
Yeah. So let us know what you think, Time Capsule is. Especially, please tune in the next time. Oh, what's the other change you were talking about making? And I don't know that this is something I would like to have because it directly affects him. I would like to have Time Capsule's input on this. If you're still there, Time Capsule, specifically you. What was Matt's suggestion about the opening part?
Oh, we're doing all at once. I was trying to remember what you're talking about.
Meaning Time Capsule, that Matt has proposed that instead of us spreading the box openings across 4 weeks for each new set, that instead we all four open our boxes in one evening, no deck building, and just kind of hit the highlights as people open hot cards. But then you're going to have
the
3
idea
weeks
was
where we have
that
nothing.
right now we have 1 week each of opening, and we're edging to play, but we can't play. I love the Edge of Eternity is such a fun. I love that that's the set name. But yeah, we'll be edging for at least 3 weeks, which is some would say is an eternity, to play our decks. I know this is just what Nate and I were talking about, because I asked him if there was any suggestions that he had for the format, and he said not necessarily for the gameplay. Well, he said for the gameplay, the everybody going at once. And this is just stuff we can try, and if it doesn't work out, we just revert back to normal. But the game
He
can
said
always
that?
get better.
I said that. I didn't hear you say him saying everybody go at once.
I posted in the chat that that was Nate's recommendation this last week.
Yeah.
That was that, and then having everybody open all at once, and then we can, because like realistically, we're like when one person's opening and the other two people are just kind of like sitting there with their hand on their pants, like or in Pat's case, he's just playing Minecraft or whatever. Or in my case, playing PoE. It'd be.
Well, here's the thing. Now, to Pat's point, Pat, you had a counterpoint. Why it would not be a great idea.
I mean, it'll delay it a bit because where I live, getting shit.
Well, beyond that, you said that it. I mean, that's kind of a lot of content for the members only. That I think is pretty good. You get to see a lot of different openings, and you can focus on that and enjoy the content for an hour of us opening a box each week.
It's also possible that we do the box openings all at once in one stream, and then the deck building in the next. But then again, you're still having to wait an extra week to even build your deck, so that wouldn't really make a ton of sense. Oh, another thing that he suggested was that we play Commander raids at least maybe the first time, or even sometimes maybe we do both. Probably it makes sense to probably do both. Have like one Cardboard Conversations be dedicated when the new set comes out to just playing Commander raids on the open podcast. And this would bring more highlight to, because right now the only people that even know about Commander raids is our channel members. It's the only plays that we play. We don't play it anywhere else. So
I would say do it here first
to play as a live stream. Yeah. Channel members get the first crack at the decks, and then we play the next week maybe just live.
But then that puts the guest on the hook for 2 weeks of play. So an episode of opening and 2 episodes of playing.
It's still less. I guess it depends. For us, it's still less episodes that we have to wait. But for the guests, I see what you're saying. It'd be 2.
So for Nate or any other,
Well, they don't have to
guest
come
we
in.
bring
Oh, yeah, they don't have to do it
Yeah.
twice, I guess. We could just do 3 people. If
But
it,
to your
if,
point,
if
playing
need
more
be.
Commander raids on channel outside of the members only streams is definitely something we should lean
Yeah,
again into.
We're not
Yeah.
advertising literally at all. Besides just saying, "Hey, we have a format. Come pay $1 to go see
And-
what's about."
and you know what? I'm going to blow your minds. We don't always have to do it on a Saturday night.
Right.
True.
We could do
I
box
do
openings
have other
4
days
nights
that
in
are
a row
available. True.
and make them all member only streams first to do the box cracking and give more member content, right? Rather than
Mhm.
doing it. I don't like the chaos of we're all for opening. We've done that shit on DJ stream. Every time I see it anywhere where you do multiple box openings at the same time, it's less enjoyable and more chaotic. To Time Capsule's point, it'd be hard for everyone to follow.
Yeah, it would be up to us to make sure to do things like this and highlight the people that have a good card coming up, and it's it would definitely not be vertical. We would not be opening vertical. It would be horizontal. There's no way we would do it vertically. There's just too little real estate that we'd be able to even see the cards.
And if you're worried about weeks between it, fine. Let's schedule nights during the week that's convenient for whomever's opening. I can do most nights during the week.
Same.
Yeah, my Monday and Tuesday are the only days that I'd have available.
And Saturday.
Well, you're saying during the week.
I'm just saying that. So realistically, I think that's a different alternative where you're not waiting multiple weeks. We're hitting while the product's still hot and people are still talking about it, playing while it's still hot and on everybody's tongue. And it still gives the same amount of watch time for our members, right? Still dedicated 1 box break per whatever. And then if there's a night where Time Capsule can't watch on Saturday, or some of our other members can't watch on a Saturday, maybe they're freer on a Monday or a Tuesday. I'm not locked into just Saturday night streams.
Same.
And yeah, I spend time on other people's streams. I'll gladly recoup that time for our own stream. So I'm down with it. I think we should, consider all options. My least favorite option is all 4 of us opening on the same stream.
Time wise, there's benefits and there's detriments. Yeah.
I'd rather try it. I personally don't like doing each individual person has a box opening and then I'm just sitting there with my thumb up my ass. I don't enjoy watching somebody open a box while I do nothing. I mean, it's not.
That's literally what every one of our members does.
I'm okay. They can enjoy it all they want. I'm just saying, me personally, I don't enjoy it. I'm just letting you know that I don't enjoy it.
Then
so
don't show up
the
on
way
the
to change it. I would be preferred.
You didn't show up on Pat's opening. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean that was just.
So don't.
Wasn't feeling
if
good.
you don't enjoy the stream, then don't show up. But
I'm saying
again,
I hate it.
It's mainly for the other people, and I enjoy the interaction to get input on what I'm looking at in a better direction, and not just, ooh, look at me, I opened a hot card. It's, hey, I like the input on deck direction, and oh, that would be great with blah, and it's it's magic stuff, right? So the more of that, I enjoy it. Whether it's your box, my box, Pat's box, I enjoy. Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. But at any rate, just things to think about, Time Capsule. Definitely, I value your input above most. No matter, I'm sorry for others that are watching in the audience, but Time Capsule is one of the more active members.
Yeah, take that, you're Russian.
He is
box.
the most active member of our entire membership. So, yeah, if you are as active as Time Capsule, then we'll take your advice into more consideration, like we do his. So,
and there's a mode that I've been working on that this probably won't be for anybody, but I don't even know if it'll be for me, but for people that like CDH, I've been working on a reactive table. So it triggers the roll on a reaction as opposed to on its turn. So if you search your library, stacking on a creature, cast a spell from your graveyard, then it's just got a roll that it either does something to the spell, or if it doesn't, if it isn't, because it's hard to create.
I thought that said
table.
nut bolt. A bolt straight to the nuts.
Yeah, you just get fucking kicked in the nuts. It's hard to create reactive table that does something to every spell that's cast or every trigger that's cast. Because like at the end step, if you get something counter target spell, what are you countering? There's nothing to counter. So it's difficult to like have a generic table that works off of every trigger, but then also does something. So I'm trying to have I'm going to have reactive things, but then if statements stating if it didn't do that, then do something else. If that makes sense. But I haven't figured out a way to kill. I want the raid monster to kill somebody by like turn 4, but I haven't quite. This is all just
Early stages.
Yeah, I'm just kind of just working shit in, but this is something that I've been cooking up just because it's something that I've thought of, and it'd be curious to see how brutal it would be.
Well, here's how brutal you could make one for you. For every spell cast this turn, player gets a poison counter.
Take a damage for each spell you've cast previously.
Not damage, poison counter.
Yeah, poison's lame. This is just
okay. You could definitely end you by turn 4.
Yeah,
especially for those players.
Reservoir, except
it also
it's,
tends
got a
to
hole
end
in it.
players. For those people that like to cast 30 spells a turn. Okay, go ahead. Oh, by the way, you're dead.
Oh, that'd be an interesting way to make the raid monster have ability to like kill somebody. Is like if there's X criteria met, kind of like an Aetherflux reservoir, where like if you get to 50 life, you can sacrifice 50 life to like shoot somebody. If there's some kind of criteria met, the raid monster can just like nuke somebody. Doesn't kill everybody all at once, just kind of just nukes them, just get them out of there.
Anyways, there's many things you could do that could be brutal. I mean, we've discussed brutal mode many times, and I think it's good enough with the rule set that's in place just to have the raid monster go between each player's turn.
Maybe it just does nothing. And CDH is such a different animal that like even if it went in between every person's turn, it still wouldn't be enough. People can combo on turn 1.
Huh?
People can combo on turn 1. Like that.
Okay.
It doesn't even get a turn. It doesn't even have a chance to do anything. So
okay. And in all honesty, we didn't design it. First off, it's not a very collaborative thing if people are comboing off on turn 1. You're jerking off playing Magic by yourself again. Cool. And the other 3 players get to sit and watch you beat the raid monster. That was exciting. So if those are the kind of decks that you're coming up against, this format's not for everybody. And it's not for every type of deck.
That's definitely a good outlet to be able to like play test the CE8.
This isn't the thing that I'm making is not for everybody by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, and if you're making an extra one, cool. I've never said anybody should limit.
This is like
I'm just saying that. Does that even really do anything? Does it? Because in CEDH, any mechanical thing you could break. So it's not even CEDH you'd be testing. You'd be testing CEDH version Commander Raids, right?
Yeah.
And you wouldn't build your deck that way. You wouldn't play your deck that way. You wouldn't put the cards in that you put in that way in CEDH because it's never going to react like a player.
Well, I mean, it is. That's the goal. At least the reactive table is definitely more player-like than even our Commander Raids format.
Oh, I agree, but you're qualifying that statement, and that's that it's more than the standard, but it will never be like another player sitting across the table from you.
Well,
So
yeah, you can never make deals
out.
with people. You can never. There's no politics. You can't draw or whatever. But
so it will never be anything like CEDH, and the more competitive you try to make it, the less like the real experience it will be. It's its own experience, in all honesty. It's a very different format with even you play different cards. If somebody played Collective Voyage at a real table, you'd be like, are you a moron? If somebody was playing Howling Mine, you're like, okay, thanks. And now I crush your face. The cards that are good in Commander Raids are not necessarily good in competitive formats. So it's not like trying to test another Commander deck. It's a different format altogether. Be like saying I'm trying to test my commander deck in your standard game, so I'm going to bring my commander deck to your standard table. Well, okay, but it's going to play terribly against standard. So they're just different formats for different purposes. Now, if you want to build one that's a more competitive for more brutal play, I honestly don't even play our hard mode much because I don't enjoy it that much. I prefer the standard mode, and I try to build decks that are more battle cruiser-ish, more pre-con level, because that's kind of really, like I said that the format's always, in my opinion, and I'll stick to it. I think it's an incredible tool for teaching new people Magic at all. Yeah. I think that's where it's best suited, honestly. So everybody's got their hands up. Everybody can chip in and share table information and give advice on the plays that you should make and teach. No, that's not how that card works. That kind of stuff.
I love how Nate was saying that, like, he finds it difficult to remove the competitiveness and the, even when you're on the same team, he found it difficult.
Yeah, he doesn't share what he's going to do. He doesn't share what's in his hand, and he doesn't ever play with his hand face up.
Yeah, he's very he finds it difficult to separate and be like, oh, we're on a team.
And it's a very different build.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that just stems from like our gameplay. I mean, like we're quite competitive during our Thursday games. Like they are.
Sweaty.
So I understand why he's in that mindset.
Yeah.
Especially playing with me.
It baffles me why he wants to come play a cooperative format when he's not.
He says he enjoys it multiple times. Like I give him plenty of notes. If he really didn't like playing, I have to imagine he would tell me no. But he has never gave me any inclination that he doesn't enjoy it. So.
And that's cool. We'll bring him to the dark side to enjoy the Care Bear version of Magic.
Yeah.
You can enjoy pickles and you can enjoy peanut butter and you can enjoy chocolate. You don't have to enjoy them all together.
I was gonna say, I don't know if pickles and peanut butter would be a very good combination.
Pickles are gross.
Or chocolate and pickles would also not probably be very good. But
although chocolate and bacon, I don't know. You know, I assume you guys have tried
it. Covered bacon, I've had it before.
It's insane. Yeah.
And it's pretty good. I mean, it's the savory and sweet at the same time. Yeah, I get it.
Candied bacon, with like brown sugar or honey.
But but that's what I'm saying. You can enjoy CEDH and you can enjoy Commander Raids if your mindset is open to it. I do not enjoy CEDH. I don't even enjoy pretty much any competitive form of Magic with other players. I like it. I would like it to be more challenging for Commander Raids. I'm always open to that. And that I think would be a good thing and have alternate formats. But, we built it for the masses. And I think that it's perfect for what it is. It's not a perfect form of Magic.
I don't think the format's perfect, but it's in a good spot.
It's perfect for what it is to me. And that's a gateway to get into Magic and an exposure to Commander, because it's not too far removed from Commander.
No.
But, it's good enough that, to get exposure that if somebody, oh, hey, I kind of like that. Because, you have to remove yourself back to, like, the point where you were reading every card and trying to figure out what that means, right? And that's where I think Commander Raid shines, right? Because not only do you have to read it, there's 3 people sitting around the table that understand it, likely, or at least one, and they can tell you how it works. You don't have to guess. So it's, I think, a great way to bring people in. And if it's the only thing I ever contribute to the Magic community, then I'll be very happy with it. I think there's value to it. Now,
I'm glad that I contributed to this evening for the Magic community, but it's already getting pretty late for me, so I'm going to dip out, guys.
So am I. I'm going to call it a night. Thank you, everybody, for your time. Time capsule. And
bye, y'all.
See you next week.
Later, guys.